Hello, if you are a first time business buyer, you have come to the right place. My name is Steve Wright, and me and my team work with hundreds and hundreds of business buyers every single day of our lives. The large majority of these business buyers that we help are first time business buyers. And so today, what I want to do is I want to help you with two very important steps of buying a business so that you will be able to find the perfect business for you. Now, you can probably tell from my accent, I grew up in the South and I grew up in North Georgia. One of the things that young boys did in North Georgia, where I grew up, a lot of times on these summer days, we went rock climbing. And I remember the first time I was invited to go with a group of my friends and some family members. I went to Mount Yona. We started climbing, and it wasn't long before I was well in over my head. In fact, had there not been someone there to guide me and to help me, I might have seriously hurt myself. And I can tell you, as a 57-year-old man, I am very grateful and relieved today that somebody was there to help me. That's what I want to do for you. Maybe you're wanting to find a business, you're well educated, you're smart, you've got money, you've got all of the capacity, but you've just never done this before. Well, I want to coach you so that you will know where the opportunities lie and where some of the pitfalls lie. So, as I stated earlier, I want to help you with two very important steps. The first one is let's go shopping. So, if you want to buy a business, where do you actually go to find and shop for a business? Well, one of the websites that you need to have bookmarked if you are a serious business buyer is Transworld Business Advisors. Why? Transworld Business Advisors Transworld Business Advisors has been helping business buyers like you for over 40 years find the perfect business. They've been doing this for over 40 years. They have $3.5 billion worth of active listing inventory, and their website can help someone like you find something local in their area. And so if you do a Google search for Transworld Business Advisors plus the city in which you live, it will take you to a city or an area like this. And you can see in my URL that this is Transworld Raleigh where I live. Once you get to this page, go to buy business, hit their search listings bar, and it's going to take you to all of their active listings. And then you can scroll down and look to see what all the different businesses are that they have available. And then if you find one that you're kind of interested in, you can click on it. This page is going to give you a description of some of the background, some of the story on this business. This is a 36-year-old business. It's profitable. It operates in multiple states. And this business comes with over $500,000 in inventory included with the sales price. The price for this business is $900,000, and the seller's discretionary earning, which is a term you need to become familiar with. This is the owner benefit or the positive cash flow of the business. $172,000. Last year, they did close to $3.2 million. And here's some other information that you can learn about this business. If you like what you read, you're simply going to go back up to the top here, hit request more information, fill out this little buyer form, and when you submit it, a business broker is going to be in touch with you, and they're going to ask you to fill out two forms. One is a buyer profile, and the other is a confidentiality form. The buyer profile is basically going to see what your past experience is, and it's going to tell the business broker and the owner of the business if you actually have money to buy this business. And then the second thing is a confidentiality form. And the confidentiality form is basically given so that they can see that you understand the confidential manner in which this transaction has to have in place, and basically stating that you're going to protect the information that you receive that is private to this business owner. The second website that I want you to know about is Biz Buy Sell. Biz Buy Sell is like the largest MLS for businesses that there is in the world. If you go to this section here, buy a business, search for business, you can, since I live in North Carolina, this is already pre-marked. You may say, well, I want to search by industries. Let's say I want to buy a service industry. You can scroll down and look at all of the businesses that they have listed. And here's the one that we just looked at. And they're going to ask you, they're going to basically give you the same exact information that you just read on Transworld. And they're going to ask you to fill out this form right over here. And when you fill out this form, this is going to go to the business broker or the person that's representing this business when you hit send message. Now, again, when that message gets sent, they're going to ask you to fill out two forms. And when you fill out those two forms, you're going to receive something that's called a CIM, a confidential information memorandum. And instead of me just telling you about a CIM, I want to show you, because this is the second step of buying a business. You're going to have to know how to receive a CIM and then how to review it, because this is going to tell you if this is a business that you would consider that you like well enough to actually make an offer. The front page of the CIM is going to tell you the name of the business, where the business is located, the sales price, how much they're wanting for the business. And in this section here, this is going to give you some general information about the business, and this is going to give you a quick glimpse of the numbers, business hours, and that type of data. Going further, you're going to get the history of the business, strengths and uniqueness. You're going to see the description of products and services. If they have 2 or 3 or 4 different revenue streams, you're going to see what percentage is coming in from which category. Potential growth opportunities, what the current business owner is doing to market their business. This is an important section because this is going to tell you how much training the current owner is willing to do with you as the new owner after closing. Very important piece of information. It's going to give you information about the employees, which is equally as important. Also, it's going to tell you on a daily basis what the current seller is doing, the current owner is doing, so that you'd kind of have an idea of what your responsibilities would be. You're going to learn about the facilities, the information if it's a lease or if they own the business, the square footage, how much they're paying a month, those kind of things, the type of facility and building that they're in, whether it's a strip center, an industrial park, etc. Then you're going to get a lot of pictures, okay? You're going to get pictures of the building. You're going to get pictures of the products. You're going to get pictures of the service, and you'll kind of get a little bit better idea visually. Then in this section, you're going to see what the transaction would look like. If there's seller financing offered, if this is a franchise, you'll learn how much the franchise transfer fee is, those kind of things. And then lastly, you're going to see the financial recast. The financial recast is going to give you the last 3 years. So in our instance today, you would get the 2020, 2021, and 2022 numbers. Okay. And these numbers are all based off of their tax returns and P&Ls. And then this is going to all be tabulated so that you're going to be able to understand what the seller's discretionary earnings is or the owner benefit over the last 3 years. And this is the way that Transworld, just so you understand the steps of the buyer, you've already expressed interest. You've completed a confidentiality form, filled out a buyer profile. You've received this form that we're now looking at, the confidential information memorandum. You would then ask to maybe meet or speak with the business broker because there may be a few more questions that you would like to ask. And in that, you would want to ask for a meeting with the seller. This is called a buyer seller. We call this the first date. Before the deal ever moves any further, that first date has to go well. If you like the business after you've reviewed the information and have spoken with the seller, then you're prepared to make an offer and put down a deposit. If the offer is accepted by the seller, then you're going to go into a time of due diligence. You're going to finalize the financing and the lease. And if everything checks out in due diligence and financing and the lease is in place, you're able to fund and then close the deal. So this is two of the first important steps. I wanted you to kind of be familiar with how you actually shop for a business, how you request information, and then when you request information, what is it that you're initially going to receive? So I wanted you to be familiar with what a SIM is and what a SIM looks like. In our next video, I want to go through two of the next steps. I want you to be able to tell if this is a good business and if it's the right business for you. So we're going to go through those two items in our next video. I hope that you'll stick around and watch that one when we have it recorded. And so I just want to thank you for watching. I hope that this is helpful. I hope that you can sense that I'm wanting to coach you and help you avoid some of the pitfalls that other business buyers sometimes fall into out of lack of experience. And so I want to ask you to hit the subscribe button so that we can continue to produce this type of information for business buyers like yourself. And I also want to help you find that perfect business for you. Now, as always, God bless you and your family, and happy business shopping.